What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Zero Productions. Boy, oh boy, DC has been eating good with Henry Cavill's official announcement of him coming back, and last week his appearance in Black Adam. Warner Brothers / Discovery is on some big and up and coming moves, you guys. This is huge. This is now broke the Hollywood Reporter, y'all. Okay. Now, you know, casual fans like me and you, right, have been saying this for years. Why doesn't DC or Warner Brothers have DC be its own little entity, its own studio? Call it DC Studios, man, like Marvel. Why can't they get on that train? Well, it's official, you guys. DC Studios is now the official header for DC. I'm excited. This is huge. This is massive news. But not only that, we have two people running the show now. Walter Hamada's last week. He's gone. He's out the picture. James Gunn and Peter Safran have now been tapped to have legitimacy over there at DC, being the co-CEOs at DC Studios. That is massive. Not only is it super smart to have somebody like James Gunn, who understands the material, who loves the material, who literally lives and breathes comic book material. Now you got somebody who not only can rival Kevin Feige, but also lead in the way Kevin Feige has led Marvel Studios for the last 10 years. And best believe they're still buds. Kevin Feige was on the set of the Suicide Squad. So if James Gunn has any kind of questions on how to run certain things, he's going to go run over and ask Kevin Feige, hey, I need some advice. What do we do about this? And best believe Kevin Feige is going to give him the advice. I am super stoked. They both signed a 4-year deal. A 4-year deal, you guys. And boy, oh boy, The Rock wasn't playing when he said the hierarchy of power is changing, because we got Superman back. We got James Gunn running DC Studios. Boy, oh boy, I am hyped. I'm excited. We got to dive deep into some of this article from the Hollywood Reporter. I'm not going to go into massive detail, but let's jump into it. So, DC shocker. James Gunn, Peter Safran to lead film, TV, and animation division exclusive. The duo will report to David Zaslav and assume the titles of co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios. I just love it. I love this out of that. DC Studios. This sounds so good. In a stunning turn of events, filmmaker James Gunn and producer Peter Safran have been tapped to lead DC films, TV, and animation efforts as co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios, a newly formed division at Warner Bros. That will replace DC Films. I love it. The unprecedented move in which a top director will assume a top executive post marks the end of months of long search by Warner Brothers and Discovery CEO David Zaslav to replace DC Films boss Walter Hamada. Yes, they were legit looking for somebody to step in and really take charge and lead DC. And not only did they got James Gunn. James Gunn has delivered for Marvel. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Volume 2. Now we have Volume 3 coming out next year. We have the holiday special. He went over to DC and did the Suicide Squad, which was a huge hit. And now he did the Peacemaker and whatever spinoff stuff he has in mind. This is massive. I just want to know, now that he's CEO, is he still going to be working on projects? Can he still write and direct for DC? I mean, why not? I would want him to. That would be a huge missed opportunity. Let's continue on. That search had all the Hollywood guessing and playing executive bingo and who will get the most coveted and challenging job in town. Boy, oh boy, it's challenging. You run in DC, it's challenging. We all know that, because they've been all over the place for the last several years. But this is very reassuring. Gunn will focus on the creative side, while Safran will focus on the business and production side of things. Both are expected to continue to direct and produce projects respectively. They will report to David Zaslav directly and work closely with Warner's Films bosses Dean Luca and Pamela I cannot pronounce her last name. Sources say the deal runs for 4 years and Gunn will be exclusive to DC. The goal is for them not just to produce, but to truly function as executives, even as Gunn will occasionally hone a movie. Okay, so that answers it. So Gunn can still lead, but still be on the creative side and do his things. He can still write for a Peacemaker season 2. He can still do the Suicide Squad 2 or a Deathstroke series. It's still there for James Gunn to get behind the scenes, in front of the camera, behind the camera as well. So that's very reassuring. Unlike Marvel Studios, DC has multiple films set in separate creative universes. And according to sources, Joker filmmaker Todd Phillips worked on the up-and-coming sequel, which goes into production later this year, will not fall under Gunn and Safran's purview and instead will be overseen by DeLuca. Okay, so maybe they're not managing that over there. That's its own little entity. That's its own little place. I feel like they're strictly going to manage the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe. So, Black Adam, you have Henry Cavill's Superman, Aquaman, The Flash, that particular universe, Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad. But I feel like with Joker in that universe, or with, Matt Reeves in the Batman universe, that's a whole separate thing where I feel like they really won't oversee it too much, because you have Matt Reeves, who's a creative genius. You don't want to get in his way and step on his toes and say his do's and don'ts when he knows exactly what he wants for that particular universe. You don't want to create some kind of friction between those two, which I completely understand. Continuing on, Matt Reeves, who's worked under Hamada, has been buddying. Hey, shh, I'm reading over here, dog. Matt Reeves, who has worked under Hamada, has been buddying universes based on the Batman movie. It is unclear whose preview Reeves' future projects would fall, but everything else moving forward would be under Gunn and Safran. That is very interesting. Like I said, it's still up in the air for Matt Reeves and his Batman universe. But apparently, not only that, Arkham Asylum HBO Max series taps the new Staircase creator Antonio Campos as the new showrunner. So that's good to go. So we are getting the Penguin spinoff series on HBO Max. We are getting the Arkham Asylum within the Matt Reeves Batman universe. Projects are being pushed out. It's happening. We don't have to wait for another project from the Batman. We are getting spin-off projects. The sequel to the Batman probably won't drop until 2026 latest. So I like the fact that, they're pushing out separate projects within that universe to really kill time until we get the Batman 2, which is completely fine with me, you guys. But this is great, man. I love it. This is awesome. James Gunn is going to rock it. James Gunn is going to kill it. He's going to legit help the continuity. He's going to bring these characters, these beloved DC villains, these beloved DC heroes together on the big screen. I guarantee you, by the year 2026, we will be getting a massive crossover in some kind of way. Either that be Black Adam versus the JSA versus Justice League, or the Justice League film, something along those lines. James Gunn has been under the wing of Kevin Feige, so he understands how a studio should succeed. What a comeback story for James Gunn. Gets fired off of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, gets rehired, and now he's CEO of DC Studios. The sky is not the limit, everybody. Reach higher, reach further, continue to progress, continue to dream on, and let things prosper. It's happening, man. This is great. I'm excited. I cannot wait for the future of the DC Studios. I am really, really stoked to see what's going to happen in the future, you guys. Hopefully they come up with certain kind of phases like Marvel, because the sky is literally up for grabs. All these beloved characters are now on the table, and James Gunn understands that. Look what he did with the Suicide Squad. He embraced the comic, while David Ayer didn't necessarily do that. He kind of went off and did his own thing. And at the end of the day, the source material always works better. Always. That's why it's night and day. Now, some people would say, well, that's not fair. That's not David Ayer's Suicide Squad. That's the studio's version. Okay. even if it does release, I guarantee you his Suicide Squad wouldn't be nowhere near as good as The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. Yo, I'm excited. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm pumped. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over for DC Studios that will be co-leading. The future is ever so bright. What projects would you guys like to see be greenlit for the future of DC Studios? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.